There is a force more powerful than talent, more reliable than motivation, more valuable than intelligence. And most people will never fully unlock it. That force is discipline. Not the punishment kind. Not the military kind. The quiet, daily, relentless kind. The kind that builds empires while everyone else is sleeping. The kind that creates champions in silence. Welcome to the hidden power of discipline. Let's start with what discipline actually is. Most people think discipline means forcing yourself to do things you hate. That is not discipline. That is punishment. Real discipline is choosing your future self over your present comfort. It is the ability to act in alignment with your values, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of emotion. The disciplined person still feels fear, still feels laziness, still feels doubt. But they act anyway. That is the hidden power. The ability to move through resistance. Now, here is something most people get completely wrong about discipline. They think it requires massive willpower. That every act of discipline is a battle you have to win. Neuroscience tells us something very different. When you repeat a behavior consistently, it becomes automatic. The brain literally rewires itself to make discipline easier over time. What starts as effort becomes identity. What starts as a choice becomes a default. The disciplined person is not more strong-willed than you. They have simply built systems that make good choices easier. Think about that for a moment. The most disciplined people you know are not fighting themselves all day. They have designed their life so that discipline is the path of least resistance. Now let's talk about why discipline is hidden. Because the work of discipline happens before the results appear. Nobody sees the 5 a.m. alarm clock. Nobody sees the meal prepped on Sunday. Nobody sees the cold shower in the journal and the workout before sunrise. People only see the outcome. They see the promotion, the body, the business, the confidence. And they call it luck. But you and I both know what it really was. It was thousands of quiet decisions made when no one was watching. That is the hidden power of discipline. Let me tell you about the compound effect of discipline. One disciplined day means almost nothing. But 30 disciplined days start to build momentum. 90 days and people start to notice a change. 1 year of discipline and your life looks completely different. 5 years of discipline and you become unrecognizable to who you once were. This is not theory. This is mathematics. Small consistent actions, repeated over time, produce extraordinary results. The problem is that humans are terrible at visualizing compound growth. We want to see results now. Today. This week. And when we don't, we quit. Right before the breakthrough. This is the graveyard of potential. Millions of people who quit 1 month before their compound curve exploded. Don't be one of them. Now let's talk about the relationship between discipline and freedom. Most people see them as opposites. Discipline restricts. Freedom liberates. Right? Wrong. Discipline is the gateway to freedom. The person with no financial discipline has no financial freedom. The person with no physical discipline has no physical freedom. The person with no emotional discipline is a slave to their reactions. But the disciplined person? They can travel because they saved. They can work less because they built assets. They can choose their response because they trained their mind. Every act of discipline today is a deposit into your future freedom account. Jocko Willink said it best, discipline equals freedom. 3 words. Completely life-changing when you truly understand them. Now let's address the biggest enemy of discipline. It is not laziness. It is not distraction. The biggest enemy of discipline is the lack of a compelling why. When you do not know why you are doing something, discipline feels impossible. But when your why is strong enough, discipline becomes natural. The parent who wakes up at 4 in the morning for their sick child. They don't need motivation. They don't need a discipline system. Their why overrides everything. Find your why. Write it down. Read it every single day. Make it so vivid that skipping feels like betrayal. That is when discipline stops being a struggle and starts being a calling. Let's talk about how to actually build discipline from zero. Step 1. Start embarrassingly small. Not 1 hour of reading. 1 page. Not a 1-hour workout. 10 push-ups. Not saving 50%. $1. The goal at the start is not transformation. The goal is the streak. Once you have a streak, you have identity. And once you have identity, the behavior protects itself. Step 2. Remove friction from good habits and add friction to bad ones. Put your running shoes next to your bed. Put your phone charger in another room. Put your book on your pillow. Design your environment before you need willpower. Step 3. Track your progress visually. Hang a calendar on the wall. Every day you complete your habit, put a big X on that day.